Hello, Cancer Rising. It's Mandy Ray of Ecstatic Astrology, also a Cancer Rising. So I'll try not to interject too many personal quips in here because I'm very familiar with what's going on in my own life. So I can at least speak on it pretty well. So the full moon in Leo is in your second house of money, assets, financial security, values. It's shining a light on that area. It's reminding you of what was fun about that area. For me, making money has to be fun. It has to speak to my inner child, right? And I think with regards to this full moon, if we look back at 2017, and if you can look back at 2017 in August, that's when I launched my practice. That's when I thought, I really enjoy astrology. This would be a great way for me to make money. And went full speed ahead. I did, like, incredibly full speed ahead. And I had been studying since 2012. However, June 2023 rolled around, June through September, and then those eclipses in Aries and Libra rolled around, and I was burnt out. I needed to do something different. So, as far as that goes, you may be remembering this for yourself. What is it about your money, your assets that you enjoy? How can you make the most of that? And maybe go revisit 2017 and what you were excited about. And then June through September 2023 and what you said, I reevaluated that. That's not the way I want to do it. And maybe you had to be reminded. The thing about this full moon is it's square to Uranus. Uranus is change, it's revolution, it's freedom, and your 11th house of other people, especially large groups of people, networking, leadership, goals. So you needed a little bit of a tweak there. Uranus is change, and Taurus is really hard to change. Taurus is a fixed sign, but your values around how you are in community have undergone a drastic change. Your values around the goals that you have undergone a change. So now it's a time period in which you can look at that change that you've made and you can go, okay, maybe now I can revisit this Leo area. And it may be something different. It may not be the same thing you were doing. I plan on doing things differently going forward. But maybe it's something you realize there's room for you now again to do this. The Sun and Mercury are in your eighth house of investments, and that just also makes sense. It's how the full moon operates. The sun shines on it, right? So that area is going to be highlighted for a long time with Pluto there. So there is a sense that we need to be empowered in our investments, both with our time and our money. But that being said, Mars is retrograde in your first house of self. So you are redoing how you approach identity, how other people see you, independence, autonomy. And Mars can be hard to deal with as a concept. Mars is frustration, it's motivation, it's anger, it's inflammation, but it's also the will to survive, right? So all of that being applied to you yourself. If you found that you are speaking up more than you used to, or if you find that you don't mind being in the spotlight, that's a Mars retrograde thing. And it's inextricably linked to the full moon because it's in Cancer, and that's the sign of the moon. So your identity and your money, those are key to each other. The other thing that's key to it is enjoyment and emotionally being fulfilled and being taken care of as much as you take care of someone else. Now, Mars in your first house of self and identity, pushing you to be, out there, maybe to be seen more than you are used to, also pushing you to maybe, have a louder mouth than you're used to, is trine, supported by Saturn in the ninth house of philosophy, adventure, travel, truth. And it's really about structuring that area for you. Mars is supporting that. So there's something that's clicking into place. It's also the house of teaching. It's known as the house of the guru. And something tells me a lot of Cancer risings are going to come out with a lot of things to say and a lot of ways to lead people because we're pretty tired of it. So the other thing I want to touch on is that Jupiter is in your 12th house of subconscious, of inspiration. It is not being aspected by anything, which means it's just kind of floating around out there. It's good luck to have Jupiter in that area. It's good luck to have Jupiter anywhere. However, the 12th house can be a little disillusioning. It can be deceptive. there is a dark side to everything, even good things. The positive side is that it can give you inspiration, it can give you imagination, it can help you take the breaks when you need to take the breaks, right? So I think Jupiter there, just kind of floating around by itself, is helping you tune into what you need spiritually, what you need with regards to rest, and also what you want in this imagination world, right? We all dream of ourselves in some way. And especially with Mars retrograde in your first house of self, you're like, oh, what can I be? You can be anything. That's pretty much Jupiter and Gemini. The only other thing I want to talk about is Venus retrograde. It will be coming up March 1st in your 10th house of career. And I mean, yeah, full moon in your second house of money. Of course, Venus goes retrograde in your 10th house of career because it wants you to get started, right? It's like, hey, come on. You know what else? Venus went retrograde in Aries, the same sign, Aries to Pisces, in 2017 when that solar eclipse happened. So this is all so related. It's reevaluating how you are, I guess, out in the world, in career, what your legacy is. Venus is also related to relationships and money. So that retrograde will have you reevaluating exactly what you want to do. And I think by the end of all these eclipses and everything in March, I think we're going to have a much clearer time ahead, especially because Jupiter moves into your first house, which is really great in June, mid-June, I want to say. So that's going to be really nice for Cancer risings. Okay, well, done with my informal video for the day. I just wanted to come back on and get back into the habit of doing it because I haven't in so long. Maybe you identify with that, Cancer risings. Thanks for joining me. Visit ecstaticastrology.com if you want. And I appreciate you guys.